Trump did a media, and he's basically vlogging every day at this point. Trump is vlogging every day at this point. He basically did, or he's basically doing media to where he's allowing for the media to be able to ask him any questions that they want to ask him. And right now, he's also talking about not only efficiency within the government and all of the waste that's happening, but possibly ending the Russian-Ukraine war. Check it out.
Wants peace, and President Zelensky wants peace, and I want peace. I just want to see people stop getting killed. We're very far away from that particular war, but that's a vicious war. Probably 1.5 million soldiers killed in a short period of time. I've never seen anything. I have pictures that are, you wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe what you have to look at. Young, beautiful soldiers that are just being decimated. And it would be nice to end it immediately. But we had a very good talk with, people didn't really know what President Putin's thoughts were, but I think I can say with great confidence he wants to see it ended also. That's good. And we're going to work toward getting it ended and as fast as possible. It's a horrible situation going over. It's flat land, and the bullet goes off, and the only thing it can hit is a body, a human body, a young human body. And they're losing just tremendous numbers of mostly soldiers. The cities and towns have been largely demolished. It's a shame what's happened to that country. It would have never happened if I were president. That I can tell you. Would have never happened. It's to look at that. And October 7th would have never happened either, by the way, Middle East. But we'll get it. I think we'll get it. We'll get something done. We're going to be meeting. Actually, tomorrow they're meeting in Munich, as you know, and we're going to have some other meetings. And I'll be dealing with President Putin largely on the phone, and we ultimately expect to meet. In fact, we expect that he'll come here, and I'll go there, and we're going to meet also probably in Saudi Arabia. The first time we'll meet in Saudi Arabia, see if we can get something done. But we want to end that war. That war is a disaster. It's a really bloody, horrible war.
Somebody said it in the chat, and I agree. And they said, we never seen Biden as much as we seen Trump. Not even a little bit. I think that we've seen more of Trump than we've ever seen in Biden. It almost feels like Trump has been president for a year, but I got news for you. He's only been president for 3 weeks. 3.5 weeks. Monday, February 20th, which is next week, will officially be 1 month that Trump has been president. But he has only been president for a little over 3.5 weeks. And who wouldn't want peace? This is the way, listen, if you really want to fix the world, then you got to cut off the spigot for how we continue to fund these wars. I believe that it's a money play that the Democrats, who are warmongers, have been wanting to go to war for the longest. For our commander-in-chief, who at the time was Biden, and Kamala Harris, to admit that they have never, ever, ever even spoken to Putin, while at the same time continuing to contribute billions and hundreds of billions of dollars towards the war machine, is insane. It is 100% insane. I believe that everybody is pissed at Trump because Trump is basically ending all of the funding that is going into everybody's pockets, the weapons manufacturers, the contractors. The war machine is being cut off, and world peace is not profitable. It may be profitable to the taxpayers. It may be profitable to the nation. It may be profitable to, our pocketbooks, and that it lowers inflation and so on and so forth. But peace, why would anybody want peace when they can make a whole lot of money off of war? There's probably 2,000 different ways in which people are profitable off of the death of these soldiers. Those 1.5 million soldiers, they may have died for the war machine, but they certainly are going to put money in people's pockets. Ain't that crazy that millions of people can die so that a few can get? This is the true systematic oppression, is that your life is worth X, and it will cost this many lives in order to continue to profit you, because the cost of a bullet is what is worth way more than the cost of your life. Insane. But we don't see Democrats saying, hey, and we haven't seen it over the last 4 years, we need to stop the war. We need to stop Ukraine funding. They'll fight for diversity, equity, and inclusion programs being funded by USAID, but they will not stop. They will not fight to stop Ukraine. As a matter of fact, they were fighting for Ukraine. We're going to review some of what Jasmine Crockett has to say, because she's the new liberal mouthpiece. She's the new liberal mouthpiece. It's funny. Let me tell y'all something. I'm going to tell y'all a story, and then we're going to get back to Trump. I have a sister-in-law, but my sister. Love her to death. Love her to death. One of my favorite people on the face of this earth. She is an ardent, and when I say ardent, she is a hard-nosed liberal Democrat. It is insane. People that don't know that she's my sister is sending me her content, because she is now starting to make waves as a content creator, and she's starting to get a lot more visibility in her liberal views. I won't even review the video, because a lot of people don't even know that she's my sister. She's my brother's wife. And she very much reflects the same mentality as the people that I say on a regular basis. It's crazy. Y'all know how I be calling my mom, and my mom be like, Anton, you're this and you're that, or whatever, so on and so forth. You're crazy. I don't know why you understand, and you keep supporting Trump and all of this stuff. My sister, hard nose. Hard nose. I got family problems, y'all. I got family problems. I have family problems. Oh, I got family problems. I do. I come across her content, I'll be like, oh, Jesus Christ. I just keep on scrolling. I don't even look at what she say no more. I just keep on scrolling. And my brother think the same way, but she the mouthpiece. We'll get to that later. Let's get back to Trump, y'all.
Arabia, the first meeting will happen.
I think so. We think we're going to probably meet in Saudi Arabia the first meeting.
I don't need y'all in her chat. No, I got enough headache as it is. I'm trying to do what Trump do and solve for the problems behind the scenes. Hey, girl, you're going to have to be quiet. You're going to have to do this. Hey, what is you doing? Get off the internet. Trying to solve for this problem as diplomatically as I can, guys.
Hasn't been set, but not too distant future.
Did you also be part of that meeting?
We both understand, we know the Crown Prince, and I think it'd be a very good place to meet.
So it sounds like that would just be a meeting between you and Putin and perhaps the Crown Prince, but not President Zelensky.
Probably we'll have a first meeting, and then we'll see what we can do about the second meeting.
Also commit to go to Ukraine?
What about Ukraine?
Did you commit to go to Ukraine?
No, I haven't. I haven't committed to go to Ukraine. I would think about going. I'd think about it. No problem.
You say today, Mr. President, that if they receive your vision, what is your plan to end this war? Like today, Secretary.
Well, I'm not going to tell you my plan. I can just tell you we've made a lot of progress. This should have been done by Biden, not by me, because this has been going on for now a long time, years.
Facts.
And it should have been done by Biden. Just like the young gentleman that I brought home yesterday after 2 weeks. We worked on it for 2 weeks.
Right, Trisha. You're 100% right.
A fine man. And he was in there for 3.5, almost 4 years. And they weren't able to do a thing. And I got him out. And as you know, I didn't pay $6 billion. I didn't pay anything. We did a trade. And we did a good job. We got him out in 2 weeks. It should have been out years ago.
Trump already bringing people home. See, they didn't highlight that. Remember when they was bringing home Brittany Griner and Paul Whelan and all of that, and they gave up everything, including the Russian merchant of death? Trump is already bringing people home from all over the world, and he gets no visibility. He gets no credit. The View don't talk about it. Jasmine Crockett don't talk about it. D.L. Hughley don't talk about it. We have largely not seen from who was the dude that just had 2 kids? The bad father. What's his name? Ricky Smiley, the one that was trying to hold Brian McKnight accountable, but just had 2 kids out of wedlock, and he is new step baby daddy. And now he's trying to spin it and make it seem like God has gave me a replacement for the thing that I suffered from. Him. We don't hear nobody talking about all of the people that Trump is bringing home, all of the Americans that Trump is bringing home. You know why? Because they don't really care about America. They care about hating Trump. These people is ops, and they cloak their love for America through some of the dumbest things that we've seen happen in society. But they're not really happy that these people is home. They don't even know their name. They never even paid attention to the press conferences. None of that. Gets no visibility whatsoever. Legacy media ain't covering it. Nothing.
It really should have been out years ago.
Oppose NATO membership for Ukraine?
I don't think it's practical to have it personally. I know that a new Secretary of Defense, who's excellent, Pete, made a statement today saying that he thinks it's unlikely or impractical. I think probably that's true. I think long before President Putin, they said there's no way they'd allow that. This has been going on for many, many years. They've been saying that for a long time, that Ukraine cannot go into NATO.
No, Jess is not my sister-in-law. Listen, everybody with the last name Daniels is not related to me, all right? No, she not. But she a cool person to come on the panels.
And I'm okay with that. I just want the war, whether they are or they're not. But it certainly would seem to be that most people have said that that is something that's not going to happen.
Are you freezing out President Zelensky of this process a bit? Isn't there a danger of that?
No, I don't think so. As long as he's there, but at some point you're going to have elections too. You're going to have an election.
He says he wants security assurances, Mr. President. What does that look like?
In terms of what?
If the war were to end, he says he wants guarantees of security.
We'll see what that means. I think when the war ends, one thing he was very strong about, if it ends, he wants it to end. And that's President Putin said that. He wants it to end. He doesn't want to end it and then go back to fighting 6 months later. We talked about the possibility, I mentioned it, of a ceasefire so we can stop the killing. And I think we'll probably end up at some point getting a ceasefire in the not too distant future.
Do you expect Ukraine?
Say it, what?
Do you view Ukraine as an equal member of this peace process?
It's an interesting question. I think they have to make peace. Their people are being killed, and I think they have to make peace. I said that was not a good war to go into, and I think they have to make peace. That's what I think.
Why did you decide to provide support to Ukraine?
Would you support Zelensky ceding territory or exchanging territory in any agreement to end the war?
Well, he's going to have to do what he has to do, but, his poll numbers aren't particularly great, to put it mildly. He's got a country where, it's been savaged and attacked. And he's got an army that's been very, very brave, actually, despite the fact that, we've given him, in my opinion, $350 billion. That's what crazy. The real number is. You don't hear that number. And Europe has given, in my opinion, $100 billion. And they've done it in the form of a loan. And I have a Secretary of Treasury right now who's actually quite brave. He's over in Ukraine on a train. And there's a lot of things happening around that train that aren't so good. And he's going there to get a document done where we're going to be assured that we're going to, in some form, get this money back, because we're putting up far more money than Europe, and Europe is in far more danger than we are. We have an ocean in between. Europe has nothing in between. They have in between, they have Ukraine in between. So wait a minute. So as you know, Europe is putting up money, and they're getting it in the form of a loan. And the United States under Biden didn't do loans. They just handed money every time somebody walked in from Ukraine. They just handed them money foolishly. This should have never happened. It should have never started. And once it did, other things should have happened. Other things should have taken place. So
Shut up, media, so we can get his full statement. Jesus.
Getting security on our money. We're going to have it secured by, rare earth, and they have oil and gas, and they have a lot of other things. And we're asking for security in our money.
So does it mean you want
Yo, you know why I gotta respect Trump? You know why I gotta respect Trump? Is because we're so used of all of this underhanded dealing. And when we said that, oh man, it's a war over in, or it's a terrorist attack here, or we're gonna invade Iraq and all of this stuff, when we was really going there for oil, or we were really going there for resources and stuff like that. The reason why I respect Trump is because he is going to be honest and transparent, and he didn't even have to be asked the question before he told the truth. He was just transparent. He said, listen, man, Biden and them, they gave him a whole lot of money. Technically, they say that they gave him $350 billion. I think that they gave him way more than that. He said, listen, bro, you got to pay us back. Well, oh, you thought that just because Biden gave you a bunch of money, y'all got oil, y'all got rare earth minerals. If you want me to solve, that's one of the reasons why I don't think that I don't think that they've actually came to a conclusion of how to end this war yet, because I don't think that the USA is getting paid. I believe that the Biden administration let the war go on so that they can profit from it. Now, I don't know who profit from it. Trump, obviously, and later on in this press conference went into kickbacks and all of this other type of stuff, right? There's a lot of people that probably got a lot of money out of it. But the reality of it is Biden went in there and they were warmongers. Trump is going in there and he said, listen, we want our money back. United States of America want their money back on all fronts. We are not taking no shorts, no pay cuts, no concessions, no nothing. We want everything. We want your rare earth minerals. We want your oil. We want everything. So now, and again, this is the reason why we cover this stuff on the Millionaire Morning Show, because everything comes back to the money. There's nothing that does not come back to the money. Everything comes back to the money. And I respect the fact that he's transparent about it, and he's not trying to hide it. He's being absolutely real about the fact that, listen, bro, we're not just going to give you no $500 billion and you think that that's just going to be the end of the conversation. No, we're going to get all the way to it, and we want to guarantee it. For whatever reason, y'all thought that that was going to be the end of the conversation. It's not. We want our money, and I respect it. Y'all got to respect the transparency at the very least.